wanted to, I promised I would do another one, and it's taken a bit. I've been, I don't know, there's no excuses, distracted or, whatever. Nervous, very nervous, because my last video, so raw, I guess, and there's nothing wrong with being raw. It's just, I guess we have this ideal of, how it should sound and how it should be, and I think sometimes I'm a bit too raw for my own good. Yeah. So, I was just thinking that, the more I do things like this, the purpose of it, the reason why I started out doing this is to kind of just inspire everyone else, to encourage people who feel like I do or see things like I do, to get out there and speak and share, and because these times where it's so crazy and we're hearing about these kind of people maybe on movies and TV, that's not enough. We need to start seeing it around us in our neighborhood. Our neighbors, just a day-to-day action of just unconditional love, demonstrating that within every moment. Just a sec. I mean, I've been alone with this kind of thinking for such a long time that it really is near and dear to my heart to put myself out there and to let everybody know that they're not alone, and to help them understand this part of themselves, to be able to make peace with it, because it's understandable to be very indifferent with it. I mean, I myself have really fought it my whole life. I really didn't want the title of spiritual teacher or a mystic. Even the story how I became a mystic is kind of comical. I really just, I think it was when I was trying to figure out what I would have my title for email, and it came to me, Jessica Mystic, and I didn't even know what a mystic was at that time. I just thought, hey, that sounds cool, mystic, mystical, mysterious. That's kind of what I thought it was. So anyway, I called myself Jessica Mystic, and lo and behold, I become a mystic. So now I'm thinking, was it that I'm destined to be a mystic, or did that label of saying I am a mystic, I am that I am, make me so? I always got off on these philosophical thinking, and I can just wander away from a long time with it. And the computer is a big part of my existence. It's kind of strapped to my face most of the time, I think. So I kind of wanted to share with you guys this time a little bit about my story of, because there's many people who are like, how did you come to be like this? And honestly, it's not books or teachers. I never really had any teachers or any kind of guidance, if you will. I just had questions and people making me think, life situations making me think, and then also learning to be open to the impossible, the infinite, always training myself to be, seeing life with the child's eye. So I really did train myself. That's why I say, life's my education. I mean, I did read books, but I didn't read them for get spiritual advice. I more did it to learn the many different ways how other people were interpreting these spiritual experiences. And I read the aspects in mystical and science and religious so that I could be bilingual in all these beliefs, that I could speak to anybody on their common ground, so that I could understand the best way to articulate such things. and I get really nervous. I forget what I'm going to say all the time. I don't know why. I'm not used to this. But yeah, that's kind of the reason, what drove me to do that. And 1 second, Yen. Cool. People are always talking to me, but that's because I'm always like open to talking to them. Anyway, let's see, where was I? So yeah, I just think that we could just bridge the gap and do a lot better if I found a way to keep bettering myself as a person and understanding where everybody's coming from, and helping people to know that what we deem science fiction or mythical has so much truth in it. And even like science fiction, what's really neat with that is it's kind of merging into fact. The more we are delving into, the farther we go in discovery of our existence, the more we're starting to understand myth and science fiction. Those stories where machines take over the world. Well, I mean, we're already slaves to our machines to an extent. We work so hard to keep them upgraded and such, like my computer. That's driving me a little nuts right now. Oh yeah, I remember the other thing I was going to say now. I was going to talk about how to speak to people with different beliefs and aspects. I found that, like, if I were to speak to a scientific mind about auras, I would use the term electromagnetic frequency, and therefore they could understand that with no stigma or a chance for them to close down. And if I were to speak to a religious person about Reiki, I would use words like laying of the hands, which is how Christ used to heal with energy. Or if I were to speak about psychic to a religious person, I would probably use the terms gut or intuition, which is the same thing as psychic, but again, like less a chance to freak them out, if you will. And I think that, the journey for me really started when I was 16. But actually, when I think about it, it was even before. But I don't fully understand. I just remember in grade 8 or grade 7 no, it was grade 8, that I was made fun of for saying something to the class that angels are aliens and aliens are angels. And I think that part of me decided to be shut down after that. Like, I just was like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I fit in and just think and be like everybody else? I'd have to be so different. 1 sec. I think that might be my brother home from school.